Hi, this is Ray Lehman with Friends of Arkansas. I'm doing another video about Senate Bill 739 and how if just one Republican senator had changed their vote on 739, the emergency clause portion of it, people would not be being fired today. Healthcare workers would not be losing their job today. The person we're going to talk about today is Senator Jim Hickey. He is one of the 4 Republican senators who voted against the emergency clause on 739. Have you been fired, or are you about to be fired for refusing to take the COVID-19 vaccinations and boosters? Senator Hickey's no vote on Senate Bill 739 is the reason your employers can fire you today. This has been produced by Friends of Arkansas. Please follow us on Facebook and our YouTube channel, Friends of Arkansas. Let's go to the legislative page and let's take a look at Senate Bill 739. Just as a reminder, the way you get to this page is type in arkleg.state.ar.us and it'll bring you to this page. If you will enter in this section that says search for bills, enter SB 739. And I'm going to show you what happened with Senate Bill 739. This is the activity that occurred on 739 in both the House and the Senate. You can see it's now called Act 1115 because it was delivered to the governor. He didn't sign it, but it did become law on October 13th, 5 days after it got to the governor's desk. He neither vetoed it nor signed it. Now I want to go back and take a look at a couple of votes. Here's a Senate vote on October 4th. On October 4th, the votes for this bill, which provides what Senate Bill 739 does, is it requires employers to give employees an option of agreeing to being tested on a frequent basis in lieu of taking the vaccine, so that those who don't want the vaccine injected into their body have an ability to keep their job. Because of what I'm going to show you, that bill doesn't actually go into effect until January 13th, or within a day or two of that. It is effective 90 days after the October 13th date that it showed up here when the bill was the act date of the bill. So let's go back to the first Senate vote that we were just looking at. It passed. Senate Bill 739 passed. There were 21 yes votes and 12 no votes and 2 non-voting. And that seems like good news, and it is, except we needed this bill to go into effect immediately, not 90 days down the road. That's called to declare an emergency. And there's no question that all these people losing their jobs is an emergency. So let's go back, and we're going to go forward to the second roll call on the emergency clause. There was a desire by the senators to have another vote on the emergency clause. Now, you remember the first time around, there were 21 yes votes. Well, here we are, 23 yes votes. That's just one vote short of what is needed for an emergency clause. Republican Senators Bledsoe, Dismayne, Eads, Sample, and Hickey all saw that vote. See, when the votes are cast on the Senate, generally it's the lieutenant governor that is controlling the Senate. He says twice, "Does anyone wish to change their vote? Does anyone wish to change their vote?" And at that time, every single senator that was on the floor, no doubt, looked up and saw that Arkansans were one vote away from protecting our healthcare workers. and they decided not to do it. These folks, Bledsoe, Dismayne, Eads, Semple, and Hickey. So today we're focusing on Hickey. One of the things that I'd like you to learn in this process is if you want to see exactly what happened and how it happened, note that you can go back and you can watch the video of the Senate. And the way you do that is you go back to the beginning page, the arc leg page, scroll down here and click on this month. Then click on the start date, change the calendar to October 4th, which is when the meeting was held, the debate was held. End date of October 4th. We only need to look at that one date. Click go. And here we are. The Senate convenes. You open up this section. And it'll play once generally they're a couple minutes to get it started. But here they are getting started.
Be the state of the Fed.
There's
I will clarify that before I get back up in the well
7:39
so
and address that question.
So you can go through this, you can watch this video, and you can see how your senator voted and their rationale for voting that way. You can see how each one of these who declined to vote on it, how their rationale for not voting. Mr. Dismayne and Mr. Hickey all had quite a few words to say. But the major point here, ladies and gentlemen, is if one of these senators had changed their vote on October 13th, nobody, every employee, every employer would have had to have given the option for frequent testing instead of having to take the vaccine. Ladies and gentlemen, that's completely unforgivable. Unforgivable that these folks could sit back and watch families torn apart, careers ended, because a healthcare agency decided that they wanted to mandate everybody get the vaccination. But folks, I don't know about you, but I believe that this country was founded on individual rights, not the so-called rights of businesses. And I'm not even sure businesses have rights. I know they're not listed in the Constitution anywhere or the Bill of Rights. So we'll have to reach out to each one of these senators and find out why they voted the way they did, although I will tell you I've been reaching out to Bledsoe and Hickey on another issue and haven't received anything back except one short phone call from Hickey where I texted him back and said, please submit your response in writing. And I haven't heard a thing back from him. So we really do need to attempt to find some folks to replace these people. All right. I appreciate very much your listening to this video. I appreciate very much all y'all's support of Friends of Arkansas. And please go to our Facebook page and like it, and go to our YouTube channel, Friends of Arkansas, and join there and click the bell so that you get all of the updates. Thank you very much, and let's make Arkansas better.